Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. As you know that it's our second lecture for the chapter Direct and Inverse Proportion. In the previous lecture, we discussed that what basically direct proportion is. In this lecture, we are going to solve few questions that are related to the direct proportion. Now let's begin with the topic of simple problem involving direct proportions, and we are going to start with the unitary method. Basically we are having two methods for solving the problems of the direct proportion. The first method is the unitary method and the other method is proportion method. So in this lecture we are going to cover the unitary method. Let's begin. The question arises that what basically a unitary method is, or why it is called unitary method. It is basically called unitary method because it involves finding the cost of one unit, and we are given the cost of more than one unit and we are finding out the cost of one unit. So let's proceed further. As I discussed earlier that in unitary method we are finding the value of one unit and then we are using it to find out the value of the required number of unit. The unitary method basically focuses on the unit, which means 1. Now let's move to the steps that are involved in unitary method. The very first thing we have to do is that we have to express whatever the problem is there in a mathematical statement. Then we are finding the value of one unit of the given item using the division method, and then we are finding the value of the required number by using the multiplication method. Means that from one unit to more units we multiply, and from more units to one unit we divide. Means if we are aware of one unit, then for finding out for more than one we are multiplying. If we are having more units and we are asked to find out for one unit, so we divide. Now let's start with an example that the cost of 8 kilogram of rice is rupees 104. What is the cost of 6 kilogram of rice? For this solution we can easily use by using the unitary method. First of all, we have to express it in mathematical statement, that is cost of 8 kg of rice is equal to rupees 104. In step 2 we are finding out the value of more of one unit using the division method. Means for finding out 1 kilogram of rice we are going to divide 104 by 8, so we get rupees 13. And in step 3 we are finding out the value of the 6 kg of rice by using multiplication method. Means for finding out the cost of 6 kilogram of rice we are just multiplying 13 by 6, so that is 678. Hence the cost of 6 kilogram of rice is rupees 78. More things will be clear by some another examples. We do have one more example. Let's have a look. If a person reads 60 pages of a book in 4 hours, how many pages will he read in 7 hours at the same speed? First of all, we are expressing it into a mathematical statement. Means number of pages read in 4 hours is equal to 60. Now in step 2 we are finding out the value of the one unit, and for finding out the value of the one unit you know that we use division method. Means 60 divided by 4, so you will get 15. In third step we are finding out the value of the pages read in 7 hours, and which method we are using? We are using the method of multiplication. Means 15 multiplied by 7, that is equal to 105. So the number of pages read in 7 hours is 105. Now we do have another example, that is a bus travel 360 km in 8 hours with constant speed. How much distance it travels in 3 hours? Again the same steps we are going to follow. That first of all we are expressing it into a mathematical statement. Means bus travel in 8 hours is equal to 360 km, In the next step, we are finding the value of 1 unit, and you all are clear about it that for finding out the value of the 1 unit, we always divide. So 360 divided by 8 will be 45. Now we have to find out the value of the bus travel in 3 hours. So you know this thing that from 1 unit to more than 1 unit we use multiplication method. So simply we are going to multiply 45 by 3, so we'll get 135. So the bus travel in 3 hours about 135 kilometers. So in this way we are finding out the value of more than 1 unit, and the same steps we have to follow. I hope that this type of question you can easily solve. That a car travels 45 kilometers in 6 hours. How long will the car take to cover a distance of 24 kilometers? I hope you all can do it within few minutes, and I will highly recommend you all to please go through the practice question of exercise 1A and try to solve the question by unitary method. So that's all for today, and we will be having another lecture, another class. So all of you please stay safe, take very good care of yourself. Thank you so much.